It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Harder to do. I feel like I'm starting from scratch every time. Welcome to Car Con Carne. I am James Van Alstyne, and I am doing these remotely, less frequently, because the world just came back from the blip. Everyone's just moving around. Everything is feeling more normal, and as such, people are less inclined to stay home and want to do an interview from home. With that, next week, Car Con Carne returns to the car. My guests for the triumphant return to my Mazda 3 will be Blake from the band Letdown. We're going for hot dogs. And I'll still be doing interviews just like this, like the one you're about to hear and see. In fact, next week, I'll be joined by Lucky Boys Confusion. This month is the 20th anniversary of their major label debut. Huge breakthrough record for them, Throwing the Game. They'll be talking about that next week. A lot more on the way. It'll be kind of a hybrid model of Car Con Carne moving forward. We'll do it from here. We'll do it from the car. I'll be all over the place. Car Con Carne is sponsored by Siren Records McHenry. Speaking of records, which I love to do on this show, I'm joined by some people responsible for a record that is available tomorrow. Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, or tonight at midnight, yeah.
Tonight at midnight. Oh, my goodness. Trey Elder from Quiet Pterodactyl. Also Shawn and Brian from the super cool band Miirrors. The record in question is the second volume of Situation Chicago. Situation Chicago 2. If you say it fast, you slur. Situation Chicago 2. It is out tomorrow. And Trey, we'll start with you. For those who maybe missed Volume 1 and don't know what this is about, you give us the elevator pitch for Situation Chicago.
Well, first of all, what's wrong with you guys, and how did you miss the first record coming out last year? While you were at your house, you weren't doing anything. Were you not paying attention? No, seriously, though, Situation Chicago was a collection we put together, a vinyl double release last year. There was a reaction to the pandemic. We had 25 Chicago-based musicians on it, and all the money went to 25 independent music venues that were closed indefinitely because of the pandemic. And now we have Situation Chicago 2 because everything is still horrible, but a slight different slant on this one. This time the proceeds are going to go to the Civil Save Emergency Relief Fund, which SAVE stands for Staff, Artists, and Venues. And they are raising money to give out grants. They already did a round for venue staff for people that were furloughed that worked at venues, not just civil members, but all around the Chicagoland area. And then later on this year, they're going to start giving out artist grants to musicians again in the Chicagoland area.
I think that future interviewees could learn something from you, Trey. Come out of the gate berating people. How do you?
Yeah,
I know about this. Where you been? Screw
yeah,
you
well,
guys.
you started by shaming me, and then I guess I just kept listening. I have a quick question for you, though. You said that you guys are going to be eating a hot dog on your next in the car show.
Yes.
So, are you a Chicago hot dog purist, or how do you like your dogs?
No, I like that's the way I order them. But I don't shame people for ketchup. You know, I have kids. Once you have kids, it's like you understand that some people enjoy ketchup on hot dogs. No, I always order the Chicago dog. I like having to two-handed so it doesn't spill on my chest. But you know, as you said, Trey, you do you.
Yeah.
When it comes to hot dogs, whatever. Are you a hot dog purist, or do you shame people?
Me?
Yeah. I
don't shame people, but I am not a Chicago dog kind of guy. But I grew up in North Carolina, so there's not a North Carolina style dog. But yeah, I like ketchup and mayonnaise on my hot dog.
All right, well, this is the perfect opportunity to bring Shawn and Brian into the conversation. Where do you stand on the hot dog?
Jeans and Juice.
Jeans and Juice?
Yeah.
Wrapped up with the French fries, like way too many fries to eat in 1 second?
Absolutely.
That's the best.
I think it goes for $2.85 for a double dog.
It's the deal of the century.
Still.
So I grew up in West Virginia, and we had what's called sauce. And it's just like chili, basically, with onions. And it's like a finely ground meat sauce. Put a little cheese on there. It's basically chili cheese.
Does it come out of a can?
No. Well, it can.
And that'd be fine. It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
It sounds delightful. All right, well, let's go to Miirrors. So you're on this album. The track is Sinistry. Did you reach out to Trey? Did Trey reach out to you? How did you end up involved with the project?
Trey reached out to us. We've known Trey for quite a while, and yeah, he reached out to us, and we thought this would be a perfect song for the release.
And it's awesome. And Trey, obviously, you agree it's the lead song on the album.
Yeah, it's track number 1. I've been both a friend and a fan of Brian's for a long time. I met him in the early Matthew days, I believe. So yeah, we've always been friends, and I knew whatever they were going to send was going to be killer. Yeah, I was happy to have them kick things off.
So when you did the first one, was there an inkling in the back of your head like, well, if this works, we'll just keep going and do another one?
Well, people asked at first, well, when's the next? When are you going to do the next one? And my response was always, I hope we don't have to do another one.
Yeah.
I wasn't starting a record label, but I hope the world is in a better shape. But yeah, yes, part of the idea was that it could be a series that could be replicated both in Chicago and in other cities as well.
Well, the first one did really well. It's seriously out of print. Miirrors aside, are there artists on this compilation that you wanted to put on the last one you didn't have room for, or is this just everyone you couldn't get to last time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lover of music, and so if everything that I wanted to be on the record was on there, it'd be a 100 vinyl set.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like specifically Vivi Lightbody, I had asked her to be on it last year. She was unable to because her record was just coming out and she just had a lot on her plate. Which if you haven't heard that record, Make a Shrine or Burn It, it's awesome. So this year when I reached out to her, she was like, yes, my life has calmed down. I have a song for you. Thank you for asking again. The song more surprised to me. Like a year ago, I wasn't familiar with Neptune's Core. I know you've had on before. Through a friend, I was introduced to their dad, and then the girls in the band. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of my favorite artists, but also discovering new things for myself as well.
Yeah, I mean, the girls of Neptune's Core accomplished more by the time they were sophomores in high school than I have in several decades of existence.
Yeah, the bass player I think is 11.
Yeah,
they're great.
Yeah, I'm a failure. But going back to Vivi Lightbody, that's she's a cool, mellow female singer-songwriter.
She's wonderful. I love her. She's wonderful.
The track on the album is Really Do Care. That is, it's solid. It's a really well-balanced track list.
Thanks.
Well sequenced, I guess I should say. Another song I just absolutely love on this. Tell me about the Goddamn Gallows.
Those guys are brutally amazing. And they're technically not a Chicago band, but one of the members has lived in Chicago for a long time, and he actually works at Reggie's. So they were kind of on my radar for the first one, but it was put together very, very quickly because it was at the very beginning of the pandemic. So they were definitely on my top 3. Like wanted to ask to be on this one, and I was very happy that they complied to my wishes.
The elevator pitch is hobo core, gypsy punk. Sold.
Yeah.
Hobo core.
I like that.
When you think of a hobo, you think of like the stick across the back with a bag of like pork and beans. Yeah.
Tom and Jerry type of thing.
100%. So
and they're just really high energy and like brutal lyrics, brutal sound, but it's still kind of fun. It's dancey in like a punk metal kind of way. Like it'd be a perfect Riot Fest band.
Perfect.
Yeah, like those guys are just great, and they're actually playing at Reggie's in July. They're going to be an early adopter to live shows.
Good. All right, I can't wait because all of a sudden we went from 0 to 60. It's like, I can't wait for live music to come back. It'll come back someday.
Yeah.
Then I keep seeing announcements tumble through everything. I'm like, there was no countdown. There was no anything. I'm ready for it, but I'm not ready for it. It's intense. I went from being a hermit to, wait, there are a million things I want and need to do now.
Well, and also like I could go on for hours about the things I have a distaste for our government, but the way they've distributed the vaccines has actually been, it's not been flawless, but it's actually been impressive. I just heard today that Japan is at like 3% first vax only, and you think about Japan being like very organized, and they just weren't prepared for it.
Right. So they're digital extras. This is a single disc release. So obviously some stuff is kind of on the periphery of the actual vinyl release. The digital extras are cool. You've got some solid artists doing the digital thing.
Yeah, well, we decided to make this one a single vinyl instead of a double. Partially, to be honest, like to keep our costs down, but also I didn't want to outpace, especially musicians. A lot of people have been out of work, so instead of putting out like a $45, $50 ask, we wanted to keep the price, a little more affordable for people. But then as I was putting it together, I was like, I really wish I could have fit, with vinyl, you've got 22 minutes and a few seconds on each side. So it's like, it's a puzzle to put together to make it work. I was like, I really want to put this track on there. Ooh, I really want to put this track on there. And so I was like, why don't we just, extend the download, the digital bonus tracks that way.
All right. So who are the bonus track artists?
Oh, we've got Avondale Ramblers. We've got actually Justice Hill, who is the first song on the Situation Chicago 1, DJ Honeybun remix of his song. So it's kind of a tie-in to the first project, even though otherwise it's all new artists. Gramps the Vamp, and Adem Dalipi, who
is an amazing singer.
Yeah, and he's young too. He's in college. And I think he was on I don't know what season because I don't watch it, but he was on American Idol. But he's another young up and coming guy.
Yeah, I love it. And then the actual record has Umprhey's McGee,
featuring Bella Fleck. Yeah, when they sent me that track, I was like, "Are you really? That's
I can have this?
Yeah, I could have a track with Bella Fleck. I mean, Umprhey's is also awesome, but I mean, Bella Fleck, come on.
Cool hip hop song in there early on, Robust. Don't know why.
Nice and jazzy.
Yeah, Fest Grandiose. Speaking of jazzy, Imperial Boxman, and Jeff Parker, and Aaron McDougall.
Yeah, Jeff Singer.
Very
I'm stoked to have Jeff Parker on it too. I've always been a big fan of Tortoise and all the things Jeff's done aside from that.
That's huge. But that's the Parting Glass song. Maybe I hear stand-up bass in that, just very loungy and totally cool.
Definitely, it's very like 1930s, 40s-ish kind of like, not cabaret. Yeah, just like late night sexy lounge type of vibe.
All right. Speaking of late night sexy, we do have Miirrors here, and I don't want to neglect them. Again, this song Sinistry that leads off the album, it's energetic, it's big, it's atmospheric, it's groove heavy. It's awesome. So are you guys, what are you working on now?
We're working on a full-length album that we started a long time ago. We have tracked almost all of it at Electrical. Brian Deck is mixing the album at Narwhal, which is not so newly reborn in Wicker Park. A few years now?
Yeah, I think so. 2 years.
We're rounding the bend. We're rounding third base on the album.
Love it.
Super excited about it. We've taken our time, and we feel as strongly about every song on the album as we do this song. And we're very proud to be able to say that.
Well, and the version of Sinistry that's on Situation that was recorded live at Narwhal, correct?
Correct. That was a live recording.
Yeah.
Narwhal, Brian Deck is he's starting a series called The Definitive Version, a live in-studio recording series. And this song, the video/audio, the video and audio that accompany the audio that will be on Situation Chicago will be part of the lead-off session for Definitive Version.
Yeah, we just figured since we can't play live, or we couldn't play live, why not put something else out that was? It's one thing to put a record out, but why not put something out live that encapsulates what we've been doing the whole time?
Totally agree.
And it seemed to be a natural thing for us. That was the song. It made sense. And it's been a really fun time. And that in itself is becoming like a small film. We've shot it in black and white, and it's something that we're really proud of. We can't wait to put that out. So it's sort of a volley of the recordings as they are on a proper record versus what we're doing in the moment, which happened to be captured by 5 cameras.
It's such a cool song. And you kind of said it. I was expecting during the pandemic some giant video renaissance, like performances on video, conceptual videos just because artists couldn't play out. I figured that we were going to see like the equivalent of a baby boom after World War II, but in music video form. Didn't quite happen, or maybe it's just a delay, and we're going to start seeing the results of all that.
All I can say right now is that we did that. So it'll be interesting.
When everyone kind of started to do the live recording thing, or during the pandemic, I was talking to one of the guys at Audio Tree, and he's like, "We've been trying to tell people how cool this was for a long time." He's like, now it took 2 months, and everyone's trying to catch up on what we've been doing.
Where you been? We've been here all along doing this. All right, so the second volume in this series, Situation Chicago, it is available tonight at midnight. Also, I believe that the MODOK TV series on Hulu is available at midnight, as is the Army of the Dead Zack Snyder zombie movie. A whole lot going on tonight.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it yet, James?
No, I'm dying to.
I haven't either. I'm curious about it.
I watched the first 5 minutes. They leaked that online, and it was awesome.
It's not getting good reviews. I'm interested, man. I don't know, but who knows? I mean, it's whatever, man. That's the internet. I can't.
That's the internet. I don't know. It's zombies. It's Las Vegas. It's a heist movie. Batista's in it. I mean, yeah, it's old. All right, so midnight, we can get our hands or we can get our ears on it on digital, but we can also buy the album. And that's what we would encourage people to do. Buy the record. One, it's a handsome keepsake on your shelf. But two, you're supporting people in our community who need it. I mean, this is a straight charity play. This is for all the right reasons, and it's for our community.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, I know putting something together like this is no small task. It's a project management nightmare.
Yeah, well, at least putting together the second one, I had more months to piece it together slowly. Because the first one really was like we were going to do a lot of events, and then we couldn't, and then I wasn't going to do anything, and then we're like, well, why do we have a nonprofit to support the arts and music community if when they need it the most, we're doing nothing? So, but then like to get vinyl out, it was like, okay, if we're going to do this, we have to do it now. We don't know how long the pandemic's going to last. I don't know how long the venues are going to be closed, but the sooner we get money to them, the less likely they will be to close forever. So it really was just kind of a whirlwind. Like, I wouldn't say it was thrown together. It was still good, but it really was just like, do it right now, do it yesterday. Yeah. And this time we had a little more time to plan it.
Are you an expert at putting out records now?
I know that records are very, very heavy. And I live on the third floor.
Oh yeah, just carrying boxes up and downstairs. Yeah, for sure. All right, so what's the best place to go? The Bandcamp page?
Yeah, go situationchicago.com. Takes you straight to the Bandcamp page.
All right, so we will keep our eyes open for a full length from Miirrors. Shawn and Brian, thank you for doing this. And again, if you buy Situation Chicago, that first track is waiting for you. It's awesome. It's called Sinistry. Trey, honestly, the work you're doing on behalf of the city is fantastic. So thank you. I know it's a ton of effort. Congratulations on what you've accomplished. I think it's amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely a labor of love.
Can I say something, Trey? I've known you for a little while. I know Brian's known you longer.
Yeah.
To see you put this much time and resource and effort and to give a shit the way that you have and to know personally the bands that have been involved, just thank you. Thank you for caring and being so dedicated to it the way that you have been, honestly.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. But I also like to tell people it is a selfish endeavor because I love music and I love these venues, and I love these people, and I want all this to be around and to be sustainable. And, it's something dear to my heart because I do care about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, stay right there. Don't go away. If you're watching or listening, thank you for doing that. This is Car Con Carne, Trey, Shawn, and Brian. Thank you, guys.